Has anyone ever been embarrassed, ashamed, regretful? What if you felt as though you could never live down that shame? What if you felt as though every time you left your house, people were just waiting for you to mess up again? What if all you could focus on was the anticipation of your next mistake or failure? Has anyone else ever felt like that? My name is Jo Herman. I currently juggle 2 careers. My very favorite job is mother. I have 4 children, a 9-year-old daughter, I also have a 7-year-old son, and I have 2 older boys that are out of the house. I really love my children. I really love my career, and I honestly feel like I'm a pretty normal person. In 2008, my daughter was going into kindergarten. Does anyone have kids? Remember how scared you were to send your baby into that strange building with all those strange people you didn't know? And I remember thinking, I know, I'll be the classroom mom. The kind of mom that corrals coats, keeps track of lunches, pushes kids on swings, wipes noses. Surely I was qualified for that. So I got the application at the orientation. I filled it out, brought it back. On the first day of school, after taking my daughter to class, I stopped in with the office to see what days I would be volunteering. The secretary pulled me into a side office, and she said, "I'm sorry, Miss Herman, I don't think you'll be able to volunteer here." Why? But really, I knew the answer. It was because they had found my felony on my background check. Make no mistake, I knew I had a felony. I know it's public knowledge, and I know that anybody can see it online. My anguish lies that I am really sorry for what happened in 1997 when myself and 2 others committed the robbery that sent us to prison, that I was only 17 years old, that during my incarceration, I experienced the death of my father and my grandmother, and I lost custody of my 2 older children. I also know you cannot Google the changes that I have made in my life, or the fact that I'm now a contributing member to society, or the fact that I fight every day to change people's perception of this label that I carry as a felon. I spent 6 years in a prison made of walls, close to 10 years in a prison made of my own thoughts. I built these walls of fear. I didn't want to try to do anything. I was so fearful of the judgment that I would receive as people seeing that thing on my record. I now, after coming over that fear, developed this fire for change. I wanted to do something different. And I now have had the opportunity to spend nearly 10 years serving a population that I belong to. The former offender, the ex-felon, the ex-con. What other aspect of our past are we forced to face over and over again moving forward throughout life? I've been out of prison 13 years. It's been close to 20 years since the date of my conviction. How long should I be excluded from my children's schools, sports teams, even their field trips? I'm not naive. I know that the question, "Have you ever been convicted of a felony?" is designed for public safety. If you know who to fear, you'll be safe, right? My question is, how long do you fear me? 5 years? 10 years? 20 years? I know that as we continue to incarcerate more and more people, as they are released, there will be more of us. Some of us are trustworthy neighbors. Some of us are valued employees. Some of us are dedicated parents. I am not the 17-year-old that committed that crime in 1997. I am more than a conviction. I encourage you all to act with optimism and not fear, and try really difficultly to see me without this F. Thank you.